everyone. Is my voice audible? Can we start the session? I hope my voice is audible. Okay. So the agenda for today is to actually discuss this specific past paper. This is December 2022, and we are going to try and solve this entire past paper today. Okay. We will try our best to solve this entire past paper, to discuss it, or at least discuss two questions. Let's see how much time it takes. We will be taking this session for 2 or 3 hours. And in those 2 or 3 hours, let's see how much we can discuss, how much we can solve. Now, after the session, I will be available on my WhatsApp as usual. So I am writing down my WhatsApp number. You all have to WhatsApp me if you are not enrolled right now. You can WhatsApp me, and I will share the free resources link with you. My WhatsApp number is 00971 58506 58506 8907. Okay, 00971 58506 8907. So we are targeting completion of December 2022 past paper today. We will try to complete this past paper. I hope my voice is audible and the screen is visible to everyone. I want one more confirmation before I proceed and start with solving the question. Now, this is a question. The name of the question is Founder Company. Some of you might have already done this question, and some of you might be doing it for the first time. Everyone has to be very active and listen to me, and let's solve this. The question says Founder Company based in the USA currency dollars is involved in the production and sale of high quality foods under this popular brand called Delhi Belly. The first important point to note is the home currency, correct? The first important point to note over here is the home currency, base currency. It is the currency that is the currency of the country in which we are operating. Initially, its products were mainly aimed at the USA market, but increasingly the products are sold internationally to North and South America and to Europe. This rapid growth has meant that Founder Company is expanding its production facilities and receiving its revenue in a variety of currencies. Now, you will be receiving revenue in a variety of currency. Okay. So basically, what will happen? You will receive foreign currency. You will receive foreign currency, which you will convert in your local currency. Agreed? Yes or no? Yes or no? The first paragraph basically tells you that whatever receipts you have, you will have to convert those receipts into dollars. Okay. So the case is that there will be different foreign currencies and you will be converting those foreign currencies into dollar. Why dollar? Dollar because dollar is your base currency. Secondly, since you will have customers abroad, you will have customers in other countries, it is a case of receipt. There are two cases. One is when you have to make payments, and another is when you are receiving foreign currency. In this scenario, we are receiving foreign currency. We will receive foreign currency, and the foreign currency that we will receive will be converted into dollars. Okay. The foreign currency that we will receive will be converted into dollars. The foreign currency that we will receive will be converted into dollars because dollar is our home currency or base currency. So the first paragraph clearly tells you that it is a case of receipt. You are receiving money in other currencies, and that will be converted into dollars because dollars is your base or home currency. Is it clear, everyone? The second paragraph says, founder company has developed robust system to manage its operational risk, but so far it has not managed its financial risk from currency and interest rate fluctuations. So right now there are no proper systems for the currency and interest rate fluctuations. Now, there are two types of risk. Number one, currency. Currency risk means that when you convert it into your local currency, you get less receipts. Interest rate risk. In case of borrowing, you are worried that interest rates will increase. In case of deposits, you are worried that interest rates will decrease. Foreigner company's board of directors on the whole is supportive of the opinion that the company's financial risk should be managed using derivative products, and the company's approach to risk management should be communicated to its main stakeholder groups, including shareholders, managers, lenders, and employees. Okay. So now they are saying that we must develop a proper strategy, and not only we must develop it, but we must also communicate it. We must not hide it, rather we communicate it publicly. We must tell all the stakeholders publicly. What do you think? What is the benefit of letting all the stakeholders know about your policies? The reason is that they will be more comfortable, they will feel more secured, they will think that yes, the company is actually doing pretty well, and they are actually looking into all types of risks. So they will feel that this is a good company for investment, and they will not run away. They will not, you can say that, be invested in your company. They will keep their shares invested in your company. Foreigner company's marketing director questioned whether these and other financial risks should be managed at all. Now, marketing director, what is marketing director saying? Marketing director is saying why to manage these risks. This is a hassle, this is a headache, or maybe he's of the opinion that the cost of managing is more than the benefits that we will receive. Agreed? He suggested that the cost of managing such risk would outweigh the benefits derived from management of these risks and therefore would be disadvantageous for the company. Now, between the board of directors, can you see difference of opinion? Yes or no? Difference of opinion. Two people can differentiate, have a different opinion. Marketing director says, no, there is no need to go in this hassle because the cost of managing everything is more than the benefits that we will receive. On the other hand, if we look into the previous paragraph, others had a different opinion. Yes or no? Foreigner company's finance director argued that although many risks can be managed using derivatives, some risks were harder to manage. She gave the Italian market as an example where direct competitors from France and Germany have successfully penetrated the Italian market. As a result, foreigner company has found that its sales revenue from the Italian market has been falling, and the FD suggests, FD means finance director suggests that this is due to the weakening of the euro, the Italian currency against the dollar. The FD is of the opinion that this is relatively weakening of the euros is likely to continue for some time and cannot be managed through the use of derivative products. Now, marketing director's point of view is given in this paragraph. Okay, marketing director. Finance director's opinion is given in this paragraph. He says that although many risks can be managed, but there are some risks which are very hard to manage. Okay. So now let's overview what we have read. In the first paragraph, what was the important information? In the first paragraph, important information was that our local currency is dollars. Our local currency is dollars. We will receive different currencies which we will be converting into dollars. In the second paragraph, we read that the company is now making a proper policy of managing these risks, and they will communicate it to the shareholders as well. In the third paragraph, we got to know that the marketing director is against risk management, saying that the costs are more and benefits are less. In fourth paragraph, finance director shared his viewpoint that although management is good, but some risks are very difficult to manage. So these are the first four paragraphs. Are we all together? Please do confirm me if we all are together. And if there is anything that you want to ask from these first four paragraphs, let me know quickly. Those who don't have my WhatsApp number, please save it 00971585068907, and you can WhatsApp me for more content. So these are the first four paragraphs. We have read the first four paragraphs. The most important information is that number one, this is a question in which we will have a case of receipt. We will receive foreign currency, which we will convert into our uh, home currency, that is dollars. And what do you think? Why these paragraphs are given? These paragraphs are given for a theory answer, for theory area. Probably they will ask us some theory from this area. Okay. All right. Let's come to the other part. Foreigner company sells its products to companies and customers based in Lothal, a country based in Europe whose currency is the Lothal Lira LL. It is expecting a receipt of 357 million in 4 months' time on 1st May. Nice. So now scenario is more clear. Which currency will be converted into which currency? Anyone? Our home currency is dollars, yes or no? Our home currency is dollars, yes or no? So exactly what will happen? Dollars will be converted into lira. Dollars, sorry, pardon. Liras will be converted. Liras will be converted into liras will be converted into dollars. Liras will be converted into dollars. First thing. Secondly, we will receive 357 million in 4 months time. We will receive 357 million in 4 months time on 1st May. We will receive 357 million in 4 months time on 1st May, which means that after 4 months it will be 1st May. So what is the date today? 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 1st January? Because if I add 4 months, Jan, Feb, March, and April, so the transaction date is 1st May. The transaction date is 1st May, and the amount involved, the amount involved is 357 million. The amount involved is 357 million. We will receive 357 million liras 4 months from today on 1st of May, which we will convert into our local currency, that is dollars. And we will be worried that what if on 1st of May we will receive less dollars? Okay. Then it says, although there are no exchange traded derivative products available for hedging the local lira, foreign company has access to two over-the-counter derivative products. Now, in the 67 pages booklet, you will find out that what are exchange traded products and what are over-the-counter products. Both are different. Yes or no? Exchange traded are regulated by exchange. They have a standardized contract size. They can be traded on the exchange. They have fixed closing dates. Over the counter are those set up between two parties. They can be customized. They are not standardized, not traded, and they are tailor made. Yes or no? Do you all know? Now, in this question, the question is saying, although there are no exchange traded derivative products available for hedging the Lothal lira. Generally, if a currency is not very popular, we don't have its exchange traded products. So they are saying that we will go for OTC, over the counter derivative products. Over the counter derivative products are made on time. Okay. The first is a 4-month forward rate agreed today. based on the Lotel annual base rate of 6% plus 60 basis points and the USA annual base rate of 3.3% less 30 basis points. The spot exchange rate between Lotel and the USA is 84 LL per dollar one. Okay, interesting. Now, in many past papers, you will directly find the forward rate. But right now, they are not giving you the forward rate directly. The first and the easiest thing of this paragraph is that the spot exchange rate between Lothal and the USA is LL84 per dollar one. Okay? Lira, Lothal Lira 84 per dollar one. Okay, this is the spot rate. This is the spot rate. Now tell me, what does a spot rate mean? What do we mean when we say spot rate? As per this question, what will you say? Spot rate is the rate today. Okay, and by today, what do you mean? Which date? By today, by today in this question, what is today in this question? Today is 1st of January. Okay, yes, correct. So be careful that today is 1st of January. Today is 1st of January, which means that if I go to a dealer today, if I go to a dealer today and I give him 84 liras, he will give me $1. If I go to the dealer today and I give him 84 liras, he is going to give me $1. If I go to the dealer today and I give him 84 liras, he is going to give me $1. Okay? Or otherwise, if I give him $1 today, that is 1st of January, he will give me 84 liras. Yes or no? So this is the rate that is applicable on, this is the rate applicable on which date? This is the rate applicable on which date? This is the rate applicable on 1st of January. This is the rate applicable on 1st of January. This is the rate applicable on 1st of January. Okay. Is this rate the correct conversion rate for us? Shall I use this rate? Yes or no? And if no, why no? Why no? Why no? Because I don't have liras today. I don't have liras today. When will I get liras? When will I get liras? I will get liras on I, I will get liras on 1st of May. Agree. Okay. Now let me give you two options. What am I worried with? Am I worried that what am I worried? For example, let's assume that on 100 liras is equals to dollar one, which is in my favor. What am I worried with? Am I worried that liras will become expensive or cheap? I am worried that what if the rate moves in this direction? What if I have to give more liras for every dollar one? I am worried with this thing. Yes or no? I am worried that what if lira will depreciate? What if in $1 I can have several liras? Why? I am worried about this because I will have to give more liras. I will have to give more liras to get the same $1. Okay? But we don't know the future. Rates can move in any direction. They can move in our favor. They can move against us. Why do we do hedging? We do hedging to minimize our exposure to uncertainties. Okay, now in this question, forward rate is not given to us. In this question, forward rate, like other questions, is not given to us directly, but we need to calculate the forward rate. We need to calculate the forward rate ourselves. So let's calculate the forward rate. What information is given about forward rates? It says the first is a 4 months forward rate agreement agreed today based on the Lothel annual base rate of 6% plus 60 basis points. Now, first thing, 6% plus 60 basis points means 6.6%. 6.6%. Okay. Always remember that 100 basis points is equals to 1%. 100 basis points is equals to 1%. 100 basis points is equals to 1%. So 60 basis points is zero point 0.6. So 6 plus 60 basis points. 6 plus 60 basis points is 6.6%. Okay. Second thing, the USA annual base rate of 3.3% less 30 basis points. USA annual base rate of 3.3% less 30 basis points. So 3.3%, 3.3% minus 30 basis points. Do remember that at one place we have to add it, at another place we have to subtract it. So this will be 3%. Okay. Now, what do these rates show? These rates show that the liras or the dollars will change. The liras or the dollars will change as per this percentage. Is it clear, everyone? Now, how can we calculate the forward rate? We know that today, today 84 liras, today 84 liras is equals to $1. We know that today 84 liras is equals to $1. We know that today 84 liras is equals to $1. Now, in order to predict the forward rate, we will increase the lira value by 6.6% and we will increase the dollar value by 3%. In order to increase, we use 1 plus RT. Okay. Where R is the rate, which is 6.6% time period. What will be the time period? 4 months. 4 months will be 4 over 4 months will be 4 over 12. 4 months will be 4 over 12. Correct? And on this side again 1 plus 3%. 1 plus 3% multiplied by 4 over 12. So what will this become? 6.6% into 4 over 12 plus 1 into 84. L 85.848 is equals to 3% into 4 over 12 plus 1 into 1 is $1.01. And in order to make $1, we will divide both sides by 1.01. So 85.848 divided by 1.01, 84.99, approximately 85. So this rate is 85 is equals to $1. This is the forward rate that we will use. Okay. Anything that is confusing you, please discuss right now. If there is anything that is confusing you, please discuss it right now. Okay. If there is anything, is everyone okay with it? Okay. Do you want me to re-explain? All right. Let me go step by step. Let me go step by step. Let me go step by step. And you have to pause me if you have any queries. Okay. Let's say this is step number 1. Is this clear? Step number 1 is clear. Step number 1 is clear. Step number 1 is clear. Step number 1. No. Okay. Let me clarify step number 1. If we read the question, it was said that the Lothar annual base rate will be 6% plus 60 basis points. 6% plus 60 basis points. Now, 100 basis points is 1%. 100 basis points is 1%. So 60 basis points is 6.6. So 6% plus zero point 0.6 is 6.6, and the US base rate is going to be 3.3 less 30 basis points, 3.3% less 30 basis points, 3.3% less 30 basis points. So 3.3 minus 30 basis points is 3%. Is it okay now? Is it clear now? Okay, this was a step number one, correct? So now we have two rates. We have lira rate, we have US rate, correct? Now the current base rate is 84 is equals to 1. The current base rate is 84 is equals to 1. 84 is equals to 1. 84 is equals to 1. Okay. The current value is 84 is equals to 1. We need to increase liras by 6.6%. We need to increase liras by 6.6%. Method is 1 plus 6.6% multiplied by 4 over 12. Why 4 over 12? Because these rates are on 1st January and we need to predict the rate on 1st of May. So there are 4 months. So we multiply lira with the lira rate. The lira increase rate is 6.6%. So 84 multiplied by 1 plus 6.6% into 4 over 12. 84 multiplied by 1 plus 6.6% into 4 over 12. 84 multiplied by 1 plus 6.6% into 4 over 12. And for the dollars we have 1 is equals to 1 plus 3% into 4 over 12. 1 plus 3% into 4 over 12. 3% is the dollar increase rate. 4 over 12 because we need to go ahead 4 months. 1 is the current rate. Is this clear? Let me mark it as step number 2. Please be quick. Is this clear as well? Okay. Finally, you solve it. So 84 multiplied by bracket open 1 plus 6.6% into 4 over 12 will give you 85.848. And 1 multiplied by 1 plus 3% into 4 over 12. 1 multiplied by 1 plus 3% into 4 over 12 will give you 1.01. So effectively 85.848 is equals to 1.01. 85.848 liras is equals to $1.01. In order to make $1, to make things simple, to make things easy, to calculate how much each dollar is worth in terms of lira, mathematics says that you can divide, multiply, add or subtract same number on both sides. So I divided both sides by 1.01. I divided both sides by 1.01. When I divided the left side by 1.01, it comes out to be 85. When I divided right side by 1.01, it comes out to be 1. What you have to do, in order to make $1, you will divide both sides by same number. Divide both sides by 1.01. If there is 1.01 over here and you have to make it 1, divide both sides by 1.01 or the same value. Clear now? Okay, all good, all clear. We need to divide it by 1.01 in order to this rate shows that $1.01 is equals to 85.848 liras. Okay. In order to make it simpler, generally in currency exchange rates, 1 unit is capped as unitary. This is not incorrect, but this is going to give you problem later because the rate is saying that $1.01 is equals to 85.848. Isn't it better that we get a value in terms of $1 only? So in order to get a $1 value, we divide both sides by 1.01. Dividing both sides by 1.01 will make this side 1. And when we divide 85.848 by 1.01, we will get 85. So it is a simpler rate to understand. Neither of the two is wrong, incorrect. Both are correct. Both are correct. Both are correct. But this is generally better, correct? Because we get to know how much is the worth of $1 in terms of lira. Okay, can everyone confirm me? Is it clear now? Please quickly, because we need to proceed. Any confusions, anyone? You can also revisit the video later. I have explained everything. Okay, now moving on. The second is an OTC dollar Okay, Divya, 100 basis point is equals to 1%. 100 basis point is equals to 1%. Okay, please remember 100 basis points is 1%. 100 basis points is how much, Divya? 100 basis points is 1%. 100 basis points is 1%. So, for example, what will be 200 basis points? What will be 200 basis points? 200 basis points will be 200 basis points will be 2%. Okay, what will be 50 basis points? What will be 50 basis points? What will be 50 basis points? 50 basis points will be 0.5%. 50 basis points will be 0.5%. So what will be 60 basis points? 60 basis points will be 0.6%. Simply divide the basis points by 100 to convert it into percentage. 100 divided by 100 is 1. 200 divided by 100 is 2. 50 divided by 100 is zero point 0.5. 60 divided by 100 is zero point 0.6. In order to convert basis points into percentage, you divide the basis points by 100. That's it. Okay. Now do you understand that 6% plus 60 basis points, 60 basis points is zero point 0.6. So 6% plus zero point 0.6 is 6.6. 6% plus 6% plus 60 basis points is 6.6. Is this clear now? All good? Okay. Now the second product. The second is an OTC dollar call, dollar call, dollar call, dollar call, or put option, dollar call or put option. Now you have to see the currency. You have to see the currency of the option contract. Currency of the option contract is important. In case of foreign currency hedging, in case of foreign currency hedging, the currency of the option contract is important. What is the currency? What is the currency of the option contract? Dollar. Okay. The currency of the option contract is important. The currency of the option contract is very, very, very important. The currency of the option contract is important. Okay. What does call mean? Call means call means this question is dollars. Contract currency in this question is dollars. Will we go for a call option or a put option? Will we go for a call option or a put option? Why call? Why will we go for a call option and not a put option? The contract currency is important. The contract currency is important. We see whether we want contract currency. Do we want contract currency? 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 Yes, we do want contract currency. We buy, buy call option. What if over here, what over here in mentioned Lothar Lira? What if, okay, let me change the internet. Is it better now? Is the voice better now? I have changed the internet. Okay. I am saying, what if the question said over the counter Lothar Lira call or put options? What if instead of dollars, Lothar Lira was mentioned? We will say that the contract currency is Lira, and in this case, we will go for put option. Okay. Why? Because we want to sell contract currency, we want to sell contract currency, we want to sell contract currency. We don't need contract currency. So the call or the put depends upon contract currency. The call or the put depends upon contract currency. The call or the put depends upon contract currency. If I want contract currency, if I want contract currency, if I want contract currency, call option. If I want to sell contract currency, if I want to sell contract currency, put option. Contract currency is given to you in every question. Contract currency is given to you in every question. Contract currency is given to you in every question. Contract currency is given to you in every question. Let me once again clarify. Case number one, case number one, case number one, as per question. Case number one, as per question, contract currency is dollars. Contract currency is dollars. In this question, contract currency is dollars. What will we do? What will we do? Call or put? Call or put? Call or put? If contract currency is dollar, we will go for call option. Why? Because I want dollars. Because I want dollars. I want dollars. I will buy call option. I will buy call option. Okay. Case number two. Case number two. What if? What if in the same question contract currency was Lothar Lira? What will I do? What will I do? If contract currency is Lothar Lira, I want to sell liras. I want to sell liras because if I sell liras, I will get dollars. So I will go for put options. I will buy put option. I will buy put option. I will buy put options. Is this clear now? Is this clear now? Is this clear now? Okay. So do remember that the contract currency is very important. Do remember that contract currency is very important. Contract currency tells us whether we have to buy call options or put option. Okay. The second is an OTC call or put option with an exercise price of 84. What does this exercise price mean? Another name for exercise price is strike price. Another name of exercise price is strike price. Another name of exercise price is strike price. What does this 84 mean? We are very clear over here. We are very clear over here that we are going for which options? Call or put. In this question, we are going for a call option. Okay. In this question, we are going for a call option. And a strike price of 84 means that if I want, if I want, if I want, if I want, I can have $1 for every 84 liras. If I want, I can have $1 for every 84 liras. If I want, I can have $1 for every 84 liras. So we are going for a call option. Exercise price is 84 per $1. The premium for the call option is lira 4 per $1. And for the put option, it is lira 3 per $1. Now, which one is relevant? This or this? Are both the rates relevant? No, only the first one is relevant because this is the call option premium. What is premium? What is premium? Premium is a fees. Premium is a charge. Premium is an amount that you need to pay. Premium is an amount that you need to pay. Premium is a fees against which you get this option. So premium has to be paid. Has to be paid. Will we receive premium or will we pay premium? We will pay premium. Because we are buyers of the option, we will pay premium. Now, again, premium, sometimes in a question, premium is paid in foreign currency and sometimes in a question, premium is paid in local currency. Over here, how is the premium supposed to be paid? What is the quotation of premium? They are saying Lothal lira 4 for every $1. They are saying Lothal lira 4 for every $1. Which means if you want to hedge $1, if you want to hedge $1, you will pay 4. Okay. The option premium is payable at the commencement of the option contract and further company will borrow the money needed for the premium using its overdraft facility. In this question, there is one more cost and the cost is that the company has to borrow in order to make the payment of premium. Company pays interest on its overdrafts at an annual rate of 5.4%. Company pays at 5.4%. BOD wants to know how the currency exposure of this receipt can be managed using the two instruments above and also whether it is possible to hedge this using alternative methods and not derivative instruments. Okay, then we have more information. Nice. Okay, till here is it clear? Till this point is it clear? Till this point is there any issue? Any issue till this point? No issues? Okay, let's assume. Okay, let's read the requirement as well. What is the requirement? Over here we have calculate the amount of receivable in dollars in Lothal companies 4 times using the over-counter options and the OTC of forward and option contracts. Let's do this part. Okay, let's do this part. Okay, is this correct? Okay, let's come back to the option. Let's do this part. Read this requirement clearly. They are saying calculate the amounts receivable in dollar from Lothal in 4 months time using the over the counter OTC forward rate and the OTC option. So let's solve the question for forward and the option. Okay. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's go back to the question. What is the expected forward rate that we calculated? What is the expected forward rate that we calculated? Please tell me. We calculated a forward rate, correct? As per the working for the forward rate, the applicable rate is 85 per dollar one. It is 85 per dollar one, correct? So what if the exchange takes place at this rate? Let me do it for the forward rate first. Okay, forward contract. Applicable rate is Lothal Lira 85 is equals to dollar one. We have already calculated it. And the amount that we will receive is 357. We will receive Lothal Lira's 357 million. We will receive Lothal Lira's 357 million, which we will convert into dollars. Okay. Now for every 85 Lothal Lira, we receive $1. For every 85 Lothal Lira, we receive $1. So for 357 million Lothal Liras, we will receive how many dollars? $4.2 million. It was very simple. Clear? This is the forward rate. Is it clear, everyone? This was simple, correct? This was very simple. We have already calculated the rate of 85. We know that dollar one is equals to 85 liras. So for 357 million Lothal liras, we will receive 4.2 million dollars if we go for the forward contract. Clear? Any confusions? Any confusion? No. Let's do the option contract now. Let's do the option contract now. Option contract. Okay. We know that we are going for a call option. Why? Because contract currency is dollar. We need to pay premium. We need to pay premium. What is the amount of premium? Amount of premium is 4 Lothal liras. Amount of premium is 4 Lothal liras for every dollar one that we hedge. When is premium paid? Premium is paid on 1st of January. Then in this question, it is also stated that you don't have any money. So for payment of premium, you will borrow funds. And your borrowing rate is 5.4%. Okay. In this question, there is a unique or a special requirement that you will borrow funds for payment of premium at 5.4%. So borrowing rate is 5.4%, stating that you will pay 5.4% in order to borrow funds for the payment of premium, and you will borrow funds for 1st January to 1st May till you close the transaction. Okay. Exercise price is 84. Exercise price is Lothal Lira 84 per dollar one, which means that if I want, I will exchange 84 Lothe liras for every $1. Now, let's go slowly for the options. Are these details clear? We are going for a call option because contract currency is dollars and we need contract currency. Premium is given as Lothe lira 4 for every $1, which means that you have to pay 4 Lothe liras today for every $1 that you will hedge. You don't have funds today, so in order to pay premium, you will make a borrowing at 5.4%. Exercise price is 84 per $1, which means that on 1st of May, you will compare this exercise price with the open market rate and make a decision whether you have to exercise the option or not. Is this clear? Okay. Now, what will happen practically? What will happen in real life? What will happen in real life? Tell me. What will happen in real life? What will you do? In real life on 1st of January, what will you do? In real life on 1st of January, what will you do? Tell me, in real life on 1st of January, what will you do? Quick, 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 quick. In real life on 1st of January, what will you do? Number one, you will borrow amount, you will borrow funds, and number two, you will pay premium. Okay. In real life, you will do these two things. In real life, you will do these two things. You will go to some bank, you will borrow funds. Borrowing rate is 5.4%. Why will you borrow? Because you don't have money. And you will go to the option contract dealer and pay him the amount of premium. This is what will happen on 1st of January. And in real life, what will happen on 1st of May? In real life, what will happen on 1st of May? Will we exercise the option? Is it for sure? No. In real life, on 1st of May, in real life, on 1st of May, in real life, on 1st of May, I will compare two things. I will compare the spot rate. I will compare the spot rate. I will compare the spot rate. I will compare the spot rate and I will compare the spot rate and what will I compare? Exercise price. I will compare the spot rate and exercise price. In real life on 1st May, I will compare the spot rate and the exercise price and decide whether I have to exercise the option or whether I should let the option lapse. Agreed? In real life, we don't know what will we do on 1st May. It depends what the strike and the exercise price are. Based on strike and exercise price, we will either let the option lapse or exercise the option. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. How will we decide whether we have to exercise the option or let the option lapse? We know that exercise price is 84 per $1. So we know that in order to get $1, we have to pay 84 liras. Okay. In order to get $1, we have to pay 84 liras. So with over we compare the spotted and exercise with the traded option. We compare the yes, agreed, correct. Because those are options on interest rate futures. These are not options on interest rate futures. Okay, these are OTC. OTC are directly linked to the currency, whereas exchange traded are options on interest or on futures. Right now, what will we do? And you are probably mixing a slight interest rate hedging. Let's focus over here. In this question, what will you do? In real life, you will compare two things. You will see that for every $1, I can pay 84. I have to pay 84 liras. What if a strike rate? What is the strike price? What is the spot rate? What if the spot rate on 1st of May? What if the spot rate on 1st of May was 100 liras per $1? What will you do? Will you exercise it or let the option lapse? What if the spot rate on 1st of May was 100 lira per $1? What if the spot rate on 1st of May was 100 lira per $1? Will I exercise the option or let the option lapse? Exercise the option. Why? Because as per the option, I can get $1 for 84, which is cheaper. So why buy $1 for 100 liras? If I can get $1 for 84 liras, why to buy it for 100 liras? So if a spot rate moves to, for example, this is an example, this is not questions data, this is an example that, for example, if the spot rate is 100 liras is equals to $1, I will exercise the option. But what if the spot rate is, let's say, 50 liras per $1? What if the spot rate is 50 liras per $1? Will I exercise the option or let it lapse? I will let the option lapse. Why? Because the open market rate is less. In the open market, I can get same dollar for less price. I can get same dollar for less price. So why do I need to exercise the option? I will not exercise the option. I will buy it from the open market. Now in this question, are we given spot rate on the date of transaction? For comparison, in this question, are we provided with the spot rate on the date of transaction? First May spot rate, is it given? Is the 1st of May spot rate given? It is not given. Okay. If I see the question, 1st of May spot rate is not provided to us. So what will we do? What will we do? Will we exercise it or will we let the option lapse? Like, what shall we do in an exam condition? In exams, we will assume that it will be exercise so that we do some workings. We will tell the examiner, because we have to do some workings, we have to do discussions. So we will write a heading, if option is exercised. If option is exercised, what will be the outcome? In exams, we will write like this. We will say, if option is exercised, if option is exercised, what will be the outcome? Okay. If option is exercised, what will be the outcome? All right. Now, if option is exercised, what will be the applicable? If is very important. If is very important because in real life, we never know what will happen. In exam conditions, we have to do some working. So we are saying that if if option is exercised. What will be the applicable rate? What will be the applicable rate? If option is exercised, applicable rate will be 84. And it is how many dollars? 357 divided by 84. If option is exercised, if I am using the word if option is exercised, I will receive $4.25 million. Is everyone with me? Is everyone with me? Are you all with me? Okay. If the option is exercised, I will receive 4.25 million on 1st of May. So, and for this, I need to make a payment of premium. Okay, I will need to make a payment of premium. How much premium needs to be paid? The rate of premium is 4 lira for every $1 hedged. So for $4.25 million hedging, I need to pay how much premium? 4.25 into 4 is 17. I will need to make a payment of 17 million liras as premium. When? On 1st of January. Is it clear? The question stated that the payment is 4 liras for every $1 that you hedge. So for $4.25 million, I will have to make a payment of 17 million liras. And this payment has to be made today. Now, for me, lira is a foreign currency. So how will I make payment in liras? By buying lira or selling liras? For me, lira is a foreign currency. If someone tells me to pay 17 million liras, I need to buy them using dollar today. So in order to make a payment of 17 million liras, in order to make a payment of 17 million liras, I need to buy liras. And I have to buy them on 1st of January. And what is the rate applicable on 1st of January? What is the rate applicable on 1st of January? It says the spot exchange rate between Lothal and the USA is 84 per $1. So I will have to make a payment today for 17 million liras, which is 17 divided by 84. So how much? Explain the premium buy sell thing. Sorry, I did not get you. Premium is to be paid, correct? I am buyer of the option, so I have to pay premium, correct? I am buyer of the option, so I have to pay premium. I have to pay premium, correct? I have to make this payment. I have to make this payment for every $1. I have to make a payment of 4 liras. So for 4.25 million, yes, we have to pay premium in liras because the rate given to us was this. For premium, we were supposed to pay the premium in liras. It was stated in the question that for every $1 you have to make a payment of 4 liras. So for 4.25 million that I have hedged, I have to make a payment of 17 million liras. 17 million liras I have to buy today at a rate of 84, which means 0.2 something, 0.2024 dollar, 0.2024 million. 1st January. This is the payment of premium. Now, is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone? This is the amount of premium that you are paying today This is the amount of receipts that you will receive on 1st of May. These are your receipts. These are the payment for the premium. Tell me quickly, is there any confusion? Any confusion, please ask me. Any confusion, please ask me. Is there any confusion, please ask me. Sir, I just did not understand as to when we should compare the exercise price on 1st May. Should it be compared with the spot? Okay, Shreya, we compare exercise price with the spot rate in case of foreign currency hedging. Okay, futures price are used in interest rate hedging. Right now we are doing a foreign currency hedging question. The case is very simple. You have to decide whether you have to exercise the option or not. Yes, we will borrow for the premium. This is the amount of premium that needs to be paid. This is the amount of premium that needs to be paid. How many of you are 100% clear till this point of time? In exchange traded derivative products, we have currency futures. Me clear. Okay. Now we need to borrow these funds as well. We need to borrow these funds as well. We need to borrow these funds as well. We need to borrow these funds as well because the question is stated that you don't have these funds, so you will borrow them. And obviously, if I borrow this amount, when I repay it, I have to pay it with interest. So 0.2024 borrowed today at 5.4%. The rate is mentioned in the question for a 4 months time. So 4 over 12. So 5.4% into 4 over 12 plus 1 into 0.2024 is 0.206. 0.206 million. Okay. Now this is a unique case. This is a unique case. Okay. Generally, in the past papers that you have completed, you don't have this type of thing. Hedging is very complex. All hedging questions are unique, different. You have to use your brain on a spot. You have to do the same question multiple times. You have to make sure that you watch all the portal lectures. Right now, if there is any question over here, ask me. If in comparison to some other question, you find any difference, discuss with me on WhatsApp. Every question is unique. This is over the counter option. Exchange traded and over the counter are different. You can see that there was no contract size in this question as well. Yes, but it is very interesting. Do we need to find the interest only or repayment? No, repayment. Because listen, now effectively what is happening? Effectively on 1st May, effectively your net outcome is that on 1st of May you will receive 4.25 million and you will pay 0.206 million. Okay, so your net outcome is going to be 4.25 0.206 is 4.044 4.044 million. Please don't subtract two things. Don't subtract 0.2024 as well, because this 0.206 This 0.206, this value includes two costs, premium and interest. Okay. If you are calculating the interest cost separately, then you can use two line items, premium and interest cost. Please don't do the blunder of subtracting 0.2024 as well, because 0.206 includes premium and interest cost both. Agreed? Otherwise, you can just calculate the interest component and subtract it separately. I am saying that I have calculated future value. I have not calculated interest. I have calculated future value. One more thing you can do is use I is equals to P into R into T, 0.2024 into 5.4% into 4 over 12. This is 0.0036 or 0.00, we can say 36. Okay. This is the interest cost. Now, if someone wants to do two subtractions, they will say 4.24 minus 0.2024 minus 0.0036. Okay. Is it clear now? So if you want to subtract two things, you will do the premium and interest charge subtraction separately. Otherwise, if I am subtracting this value directly, it already includes the premium value and the interest charge, both things. Clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay, let's move on. Okay, there are more parts as well. There are more parts in this question as well. Okay, now here we go. What is the question saying over here? It says founder company will choose the more financially beneficial hedging instrument to hedge the cash received from Lotel. Okay. In the previous part of the question, we did hedging, correct? Which was more beneficial? Okay, which was more beneficial? If we check forward contract, we are receiving 4.2 million. Under the forward contract, we are receiving 4.2 million. And under the option contract that we did, we are receiving 4.044. So 4.25 is more beneficial. 4.2 is more beneficial. Yes or no? If we compare forward and the options, 4.2 is greater, correct? So over here, the first statement is saying that founder company will choose the more financially beneficial hedging instrument to hedge the cash received from Lothel. This means that they will use the forward, and under the forward you are receiving $4.2 million. Agreed? Okay. Then it says once the cash has been received in 4 months time on 1st of May and exchanged into dollars, which means that everything till this point is done. Everything till this point is done. It will be invested. Interesting. So now we are coming towards interest rate hedging. You can see that hedging can come in a 50 marks question as well. and the question in itself being complex, and then they are saying that they have something for you for interest rate hedging as well. Wow. So they are saying that once the cash has been received in 4 months time on 1st May and exchanged into dollars, it will be invested for a further 5 months before the cash is needed elsewhere. So now there are two cases in interest rate hedging borrowing, and the second one is deposit or investment. Which case is this one? Which case is this one? This is a deposit case. In deposit, what are we worried with? What are we worried with in case of deposit? In case of deposit, we are worried that interest rates will decrease. Okay. So it is saying that Foreign Companies Board wants to know how interest rate futures can be used to hedge against an increase or decrease of 0.5% in the base rate. Now they want to test us for interest rate futures. Okay. Now we know that if interest rates will decrease, what will happen to the futures price? If interest rates decrease, what will happen to the futures price? The futures price will increase. Okay, if interest rates decrease, the future prices increase. So if we know that the future prices will increase, if the future prices will increase after some time, what is the strategy? Sell now, buy later, or buy now, sell later? Buy now, sell later. Okay, buy now, sell later. Because I know that if interest rates decrease, future prices will increase. And if future prices will increase, the best strategy is to buy now at a lower rate and sell later at a higher rate. Is it clear, everyone? Let me re-explain. This is a case of deposit. This is a case of deposit. In case of deposit, we are worried that interest rates will decrease. When interest rates decrease, future prices increase. When interest rates decrease, future prices increase. Correct? Future is a product. So in the future market, if I know that the future prices will increase after some time, if I know that the future prices will increase after some time, if I know that the future prices will increase after some time, how can I make a gain? I can buy now at a lower price and sell later at a higher price when prices of the futures increase. Correct? Is this clear now? In case of deposits, we are worried that interest rates will, in case of deposits, we are worried that interest rates will decrease and we will generate less income. On the other hand, future prices go in the opposite direction. So we know that if interest rates will decrease, future prices will increase. If future prices will increase, the best strategy is to buy today or buy now at a lower value and sell later at a higher value. This is also called going long. Okay, this is a term for buy now, sell later. Sometimes in your past paper answer, you will find you will find word used go long or go short. Go long means buy now, sell later. Go short means sell now, buy later. Okay. All right. They are saying that the rates will increase or decrease by 0.5%. Foreign company can invest funds on a short-term basis at the USA base rate, which is currently 3.3% less 30 basis points. So, what is the effective investment rate? What is the investment rate? Tell me. The investment rate is 3%. Yes or no? Correct. The investment rate is 3% because it is written 3 minus 3.3 minus 30 basis points. The following information is provided for June future. The 3-month dollar future contracts have a contract size of 500,000. The June future contract price of 96.10 is quoted in terms of basis points at 100 minus annual percentage yield. Now, is this exchange traded contract? Is this exchange traded contract? Is this exchange traded contract? Yes or no? It is exchange traded contract, correct? In the calculations, the following can be assumed. Settlement of the future contract is at the end of the month. Basis diminishes to zero at contract maturity based on monthly time intervals. There is no basis risk. Margin requirements can be ignored. The BOD has heard that dealing with futures can be expensive because of margin requirements. They want to know what margins are and whether or not dealing with futures is expensive because of this. Okay, now we are actually doing this part. It says calculate the interest return in dollars of the cash flow from Lothil when future contracts are used to hedge the interest rate fluctuations of 0.5%. Calculation should include the number of future contracts needed and the gain or loss in the futures market in dollars. Are we all ready? Are we all ready for this? Yes or no? Okay. Now we are doing interest rate hedging. Okay, we are doing interest rate hedging. And in this question, there are two possibilities. In this question, there are two possibilities. Number one, if interest rates decrease by 0.5%. Okay. If we see the question, it was stated that you have to do it. And there is uncertainty. It said that can be used to hedge against an increase or decrease of 0.5% in the base rate. The base rate may either increase or it may decrease by 0.5%. Okay. What is the base rate right now? What is the base rate right now? Base rate is 3.3%. Okay. So let's say if interest rates decrease by 0.5%, this means that we are first solving a case when, for example, the base rate will decrease to 2.80%. Okay. Is this clear? Is this clear? Okay. What will be our strategy? What is the date today? 1st May. Date today is 1st May. What will we do on 1st of May? 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 Quickly. This is a case of deposit. In case of deposit, we are worried that interest rates will decrease. If interest rates will decrease, we will earn less income. In the futures market, the strategy is buy now, sell later. What will we do today? Buy futures. What will we do today? Buy futures. So on 1st of May, what will we do? We will buy futures. Okay? We will buy the futures. We will buy futures. On 1st of May, we will buy futures. And then, what is the date of deposit? An exchange rate will be invested for a further 5 months before the cash is needed. What the company wants to know? Okay. We will buy futures on 1st of May. We will buy futures on 1st of May. And then it is saying for the company will choose the more financially hedging instrument once the cash has been received in 4 months time on 1st May and exchange into dollars. It will be invested for a further 5 months before the cash is needed elsewhere. Foreign company wants to know how interest rate futures can be used to hedge against an increase or decrease of 0.5% in the base rate. Okay. On 1st of May, we will, in fact, 1st of May is the deposit rate. Sorry, 1st of May, today is 1st June. Oh, sorry, today is 1st of January. Today is 1st of January. If I am not wrong, today is 1st of January. Yes or no? Today is 1st of January, correct? Today is 1st of January. Deposit date is 1st of May. Today is 1st of January. On 1st of January, we will buy the futures. What will happen on 1st of May? What will happen on 1st of May? What will happen on 1st of May? On 1st of May, we will sell futures. On 1st of May, we will sell futures. Correct? On 1st of May, we will sell futures. Correct? And what else will we do on 1st of May? Deposit amount. Correct? Today is 1st of January. Today is 1st of January. Today is 1st of January. We will buy futures today. And we will sell the futures on 1st of May and deposit the amount in the account. Any confusions? Any confusions? Okay. Now, what is the total amount that needs to be hedged? What is the total amount that we need to hedge? What is the total amount that we need to hedge? Can someone tell me the total amount that we need to hedge? 4.2 million? Yes or no? 4.2 million? Yes or no? Okay. The question says the 3-month dollar future contracts have a contract size of 500,000. Okay. Now, what is the hedging period? Is hedging period and the futures period same or different? What is the hedging period? Is the hedging period and the futures period same? Different. What is the futures period? Futures period is 3 months. What is the hedging period? 5 months. Okay. The deposit after first payment, that time only need to buy futures. Why do we need to buy now? We buy now and sell later. We buy today. Listen, we have to invest on 1st of May. We have to make investment on 1st of May. But when we will invest on 1st of May, we are worried that the rates will be different. Okay. All right. Now, what is the okay? The investment will be invested it says once the cash has been received in 4 months time on 1st of May and exchanged into dollars, it will be invested for a further 5 months before the cash is needed elsewhere. Okay, it is saying that on 1st of May, okay, let me make a timeline. Let me make a timeline. Today is 1st of January. Okay. You will invest on 1st of May. So Jan, Feb, March, April, 4 months. But the investment is going to be for 5 months. Here. This. So it means that you will invest for 5 months. So May, June, July, August and September till 1st of October. Okay. This is the time period for which you are going to make the deposit. This is today. This is start of deposit. This is end of deposit. And one more thing, 30th June will come somewhere over here. This 30th June is your future expiry. Okay. Now tell me, is it clear now? Is it clear using the timeline? Today is 1st of January. On 1st of May, you will make a deposit. So from 1st January to 1st May is 4 months. Then you will make this deposit for 5 months. It is stated in the question. So May, June, July, August and September. Your deposit will end on 1st of October. One more important information is that you are given information about June future contracts, and the value of June future contracts is 96.10 today. June future contract means the future contracts that will expire on 30th June. Your strategy is that on 1st of January you will buy futures. Why will you buy futures on 1st of January? Because you can foresee that on 1st of May the deposit rates or the interest rates will decrease. You know that if interest rates decrease, the future prices will increase. So you will buy today at a lower rate, sell afterwards at a higher rate. You will buy today on 1st of January, sell later, that is on 1st of May. We will adjust the number of contracts to cover the hedge period. Okay. The gain or loss is materialized on futures on 1st of May. So using the same product that will expire on June, we will increase the quantity, the number of units, the number of contracts that we will buy. Okay. Now can someone tell me how many contracts do we need? How many contracts do we need? Calculation is that we have 4.2 million. So 4.2 million divided by 0.5 million multiplied by 5 over 3. 14 contracts. Okay, we will go for 14 contracts. We will go for 14 contracts. Why 14 contracts? Because we know that each contract gives us a hedging period. Okay, why 5 over 3? 3 is the contract size and 5 is the hedging period. This specific adjustment is applied various times in different videos. Do you all want me to explain this 5 over 3? I believe you all are clear about this, that if the future time period is less, okay, you want me to explain it. Okay, let me explain it as well. Okay, example 1 or case number 1. Let's say you have to hedge a deposit of 100, okay, for 3 months, and the futures are of 100 for 3 months as well. How many contracts will hedge this period? Let's say you have to hedge 100 rupee for 3 months, and the future contracts are for 100 rupee for 3 months as well. How many contracts will you need? You will need one contract only. 100 divided by 100 gives you 1. Agreed? Let's make case number 2. Let's say you have to hedge a deposit of 100, okay, for 3 months, but the future contract is of 50 for 3 months. Now how many contracts do you need? You need 2. Why? Because one contract will hedge 50 only, but we need to hedge 100, so we need to increase the number of contracts. We must have 2 contracts. Is this clear? Because if I buy only one contract, it is going to hedge a 3 months period for 50 only. Case number 3. Let's say if I want to hedge a deposit of 100 for 6 months, but the futures are for 100 for 3 months only. Now, will one contract be sufficient to hedge it? We need 2 contracts. Why? Because one contract is going to hedge the first 3 months only. However, as you have to hedge entire 6 months, so 3 plus 3 is 6. So I increase the number of contracts. So the technique is 100 divided by 100 multiplied by 6 over 3, that is 2. The first contract is going to hedge the first 3 months, and then the second contract is going to hedge the remaining 3 months. Is it clear now? I don't want to go into too much detail. No, it will not hedge 200. The future contract is hedging 100. The future contract is hedging 100 for 3 months. Okay? The future contract is hedging 100 for 3 months. Or if you want to understand that it is going to hedge 200, so it is going to hedge 200 for 3 months only. 100 for 6 months and 200 for 3 months is same, correct? Is it clear now? If someone says that, sir, it is going to hedge 200 for 3 months, so 100 for 6 months isn't equal as 200 for 3 months. Like for example, if in a bank I invest at 10%, I invest 100 for 6 months. And if in another bank I invest at 10%, 200 for 3 months, wouldn't the result be same? 100 into 10% into 6 over 12 will give me 5. 200 into 10% into 3 over 12 is going to give me 5 as well. Is this clear? Is this clear? Case 1, 2, 3 clear? Okay. So the result is going to be same. What we are doing is that we are adjusting the number of contracts which eventually leads to same final output. Okay, coming back to the question, we know the number of contracts now. Number of contracts are going to be 14 contracts. Okay, now in this information, it is said that the June future contract price of 96.10 is quoted in terms of 100 minus annual percentage. Now, this 96.10, what does this 96.10 represent? What does this 96 point, which date's value is it? This 96.10 is value at which particular date? Value in January, May, June, what? Oh, this I believe is one confusion. This is value of June contracts. This is the value of June contracts, correct? But the date of this value is 1st January. Okay, this is the value of June future contracts. This is the value of June future contracts on 1st of January. Okay, this is today's price of June future contracts. June future contract means the contracts that will close end up on 30th June. Correct? Now, we make a table to predict futures price in which we need today's date, 1st January. We need the date of transaction, 1st May. And we need the futures expiry date. Now, this is explained in detail in lectures. There are two things, interest rates and futures price. There are two things, interest rate and futures price. On 30th June, interest rate and future prices will be same. On 30th June, interest rate and future prices will be same. So the basis will be 0. What is basis? Basis is difference between the futures price and interest rate. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Okay. I am saying once again, this table is very important. This table is very important. Whenever you will do the lectures of hedging, you will come across this table. This table is very important. This table is very important. On the futures expiry date, the interest rate and the futures value, we don't know, but they are going to be same. Hence, the difference between the two is going to be 0. And now what will we do? We will complete this table. First, let's put today's price. Today's futures price is 96.10. Clear? Today's future price is 96.10. Clear? Today's future price is 96.10. It was given to us in the question. Please confirm me, is this clear to everyone? Today's future price is 96.1. Now, how do we write the interest rate in this table? How do we write the interest rate in this table? Always remember that we have to use the base rate. Always remember that we have to make this table based on base rates, not the company specific rate. So what was the base rate? Question said founder company invests funds on a short-term basis at the USA base rate, which is currently 3.3%, less 30 basis points. Now 3.3% less 30 basis points means 3%. This is company specific rate. This is company specific rate. Okay. Base rate. Base rate is how much? 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 Base rate is 3.3%. Company specific adjustment is 0.3%. So the company's investment rate, this company's investment rate is 3%, but base rate is 3.3%. Base rate is 3.3%. And what is 100 minus base rate? 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 100 minus base rate. Do remember that the table is constructed on base rates. Do remember that the table is constructed on base rates. Do remember that the table is constructed on base rates. Do remember that the table is constructed on base rates, on base rates, on base rates, not company specific rate. So 100 minus base rate, 100 minus base rate, 100 minus 3.3, 100 minus 3.3, 100 minus 3.3, because base rate was 3.3, it will be 96.7. The difference between the two is called basis. 96.7 minus 96.1 gives you 0.6. Okay, clear? 96.7 minus 96.10 gives you 0.6. 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 0.6 will become 0 in 6 months time. 0.6 will become 0 in 6 months time. From 1st January till 30th June, from 1st of January till 30th June, basis will diminish linearly to 0. Basis will diminish linearly to 0. 0.6, 0.6, 0.6 will become 0. 0.6 will become 0. 0.6 will become 0 in how much time? In how much time? In how much time? How much time? 6 months. From 1st January till 30th June. So it means in the question it was also stated basis diminishes to 0 at contract maturity based on monthly time interval. Correct? So if 0.6 will become 0 in 6 months time, this means that every month it is going to reduce by 0.1. 0.6 will become 0 in 6 months time. 0.6 will become 0 in 6 months time, which means every month it is going to decrease by 0.1. 1st January basis is 0.6. 1st Feb basis will be 0.5. 1st March basis will be 0.4. 1st April basis will be 0.3. 1st May basis will be 0.2. 1st June basis will be 0.1 and 30th June basis will be 0. Basis diminishes to 0 linearly. Basis diminishes to 0 linearly on monthly time intervals. So tell me what will be the basis on 1st of May? What will be the basis on 1st of May? 0.2. Do you all agree that it is going to be 0.2? Correct? Because May and June 2 months are remaining. May and June 2 months are remaining. So it will be 0.2. It will be 0.2. Correct? Now, what will be the next value? Interest rate or futures price? What will be the next value that we write in this table? Interest rate. How will we write interest rate? We are doing the first case in which we say that if interest rates decrease by 0.5%. Now, if interest rates decrease by 0.5%, instead of 3.3, they will become 2.8. Instead of 3.3, they will become 2.8. So 100 minus 2.8, 100 minus 2.8, 100 minus 2.8, this will be 100 minus 2.8, 100 minus 2.8, 100 minus 2.8, 97.2. Okay. Now we can calculate this as a balancing figure. Now we can calculate this as a balancing figure. What will be the answer? What will be the answer? 97? Can it be 97.4? Can it be 97.4? No. Why? Why I cannot say that future price will be 97.4? 97.4 and 97.2 also gives a difference of 0.2. Interest rates decrease, future prices will increase. So this is going to be 97. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? This was a greater value, this was a lesser value, this is a greater value, this is a lesser value. Actually, the gap is closing. The gap is going to close out. The gap is going to close out. So the value which is below will come up and the gap is going to close up. Okay. So this is the predicted or expected futures price on 1st of May. So we will sell at 97. Is this clear now? Is this clear now? Okay. Now, what will happen in the futures market? What will happen in the futures market? What will happen in the futures market? Buy at 96.10, sell at 97. 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 So is it a gain or a loss? Gain or a loss? Gain or a loss? Gain or a loss? Gain. Gain is 97 minus 96.10. Okay. Gain is 97 minus 96.10. Both these values are in percentages. Both these values are in percentages. Both these values are in percentages. So divided by 100. We are going for 14 contracts. Each contract is of 500,000. And the contract period is 3 months. 97 minus 96.10 divided by 100 into 14 into 500,000 into 3 over 12 gives us 15750. Is it clear? 97 minus 96.10 divided by 100 multiplied by 14 multiplied by 500,000 multiplied by 3 over 12 gives us 15750. 97 why 3 over 12? Each future contract is of 3 months. Here the 3-month futures. Okay, contract size is 500,000. So on futures market we make a gain of 15750. And on the deposit, how much do we earn on deposit? The total amount of deposit was 4.2 million. 420000. The deposit rate, what will be the deposit rate? What will be the deposit rate? Is it 2.80%? Is it 2.80%? Is it 2.80%? Is it 2.80%? It's not 2.80%. 2.80% was the base rate. In this question, we can deposit at base rate minus 30 basis points. So it will be 2.80% minus 0.3%, that is 2.50%. So 4.2 million into 2.50% into 5 over 12. 420000 into 2.5% into 5 over 12. 43750. 43750. What is the total net result? Add A and B. So 15750 plus 43750, total is 59500. Total is 59500. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this session helping you out? Was this helpful? Okay. Now, do we need to do it again? Yes. What if interest rates instead of decreasing, what will happen? If interest rates increase. Okay, let's do it again. If, okay, let's do it over here, in fact. If interest rates increase by 0.5%, my base rate will become how much? Tell me. If interest rates increase by 0.5%, base rate right now is 3.3. Base rate right now is 3.3. If 3.3 increases by 0.5, it will become 3.80%. Correct? And what will be my deposit rate? What will be my deposit rate? Deposit rate will be base rate minus 0.3 or 30 basis points, that is 3.50%. Correct? Strategy will remain same. Strategy will remain same. Buy now, sell later. Buy now, sell later. So we will be buying futures. We will be buying futures. What was the futures rate today? What was the futures rate today? What was the futures rate today on 1st January? Quickly. Was it 96.10? We will buy futures at 96.10. And what will happen on 1st of May? What will happen on 1st of May? We will sell futures. We will sell futures. We will sell futures. And we will deposit the amount. Now, do we need to do any working for sell futures? Do we need to do any working for sell futures? Yes, yes, yes. You need to make the table again. You need to make the table again. Now, again, you will make the table. 1st January. 1st May, 30th June. Correct? IR, FP basis. Now what will happen? This we know that on expiry these two will be same. This will be 0. What is the interest rate today? What is the base rate today? Base rate today is 3.3. Base rate today is 3.3. So 100 minus 3.3, 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 100 minus 3.3 is 96.7. And the futures price today is 96.10. And the difference is 0.6. Basis diminishes to 0 at contract maturity. So on 1st of May, this will be 0.20. Till this point, everything is same. Agreed? Till this point, everything is same. Till this point, everything is same. Yes or no? Now what will happen? 1st May IR will be, 1st May IR will be, the first different value is going to be 100 minus 3.80. What is 100 minus 3.80? 96.2. Okay. Now, we expected, we thought, we were expecting that interest rates will decrease. But instead, what happened? Interest rates increased. We thought, we were expecting, we were predicting the exchange rates to decrease. That's why we did hedging. But instead of decreasing, interest rates increased. This was not expected. Things are going not in the direction that we expected. Now tell me, what will be the futures price? Futures price, interest rates increase, so futures prices will decrease. So the futures prices will be 96. Okay. Now this is something that happened which we did not expect. We hedged because we thought that interest rates will decrease. This is fortunate for us that the interest rates increased instead of decreasing. Now we will sell at 96. Okay. Now what will happen in the futures market? In the futures market, you will be making a loss. In the futures market, you will be making a loss. In the futures market, you will be making a loss. So why did we do hedging? Because we did not expect things to go in this direction. Things are never certain. We do hedging on expectations. Correct? Now, is it a gain or a loss? 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 Loss, loss, loss. We bought at 96.10. Things moved against our expectation and we have to close the deal by selling at 96. So we are making a loss of 0.10. It is in percentages, so divided by 100. 500,000 is the contract size, 14 is the number of contracts, and the futures period is 3 months. Loss, 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 loss. How much loss? 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 1750. Okay. We made a loss on the futures market. We make the loss on the futures market. And what was the deposit income? What was the deposit income? 4.2 million multiplied by, now tell me what will be the deposit rate. Base rate is 3.80%. We can earn 0.3% less, which means that we will be earning 3.5% for a 5 months period. So 420000 into 3.5% into 5 over 12 gives you 61250. 61250, correct? What is the net outcome? 61250 minus 1750. 61250 minus 1750 gives you 59500. This is your net outcome. I believe this is a very good question. It came for 50 marks. It tested the foreign currency as well as interest rate hedging, both things. Okay, there are theory parts as well. The first one says explain the exposure foreign company faces with respect to the following sales revenue from Italy and suggest how this exposure could be managed. 6 marks. So there was some discussion about Italy that selling prices are decreasing, competition is increasing. Prepare a report. This is important. Report, 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 report. Every paper has a report. We did this calculation part. We did this calculation part. Third is comment on the results obtained in B1 and B2. So you have to comment which one is better. How did we perform hedging? What are the risks? And address the queries raised by the BOD. We discussed that the finance director and the marketing director had different opinion with respect to alternative method to hedge the receipts and margin requirements. Discuss if it will be beneficial. Discuss if it will be beneficial for foreign company to manage its financial risk and whether or not the company should communicate its risk management approach to its stakeholders. Now, if we go to the ACC answer and if we look into the ACCA answer, okay, read it twice or thrice, read this 2 or 3 times, read this 2 or 3 times. If you are able to write 50% of what they are writing, that's sufficient. Report format is very important. Report format is very important. Again, I will highlight. First, you will give a proper heading. First, you will give a proper heading. Report to the board of directors, founder company. This is one important thing. Proper heading. Introduction paragraph is must, 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 and must. Okay. Give a proper heading, introduction, and write what the report will contain. Then you have proper headings for every requirement. Whenever you are giving reference to something, for example, the first calculation is present in appendix 1, so they are writing appendix 1. For example, if there is some working in appendix 2, they are giving proper reference to appendix 2. Another important thing, short paragraphs, 2 to 3 sentences, 2 to 3 sentences, 2 to 3 sentences. Proper space, 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 space, 3 to 4 lines, space, 3 to 4 lines, space, gap, heading, conclusion, report compiled by, don't write your name, don't write your name, don't write your name, don't write your name, don't write any date, don't write any date. And then there is note given which says credit will be given for alternative valid comment and approaches where relevant for all parts of the question. Okay. And then in the appendix, this is something that you are now going to do in, this is something that you are now going to do in Excel. Okay. So this was your very first question. And what I want you to do is that as soon as the session is over, redo this same question. Okay. Redo this very same question again. Like do it twice, read its theory, and when you do its theory, when you redo it again, you can see, you can refer to the ACC answer, you will feel very much better. You can feel very much better. So please redo this question once again. Now, is there anything that needs to be discussed with respect to this first question? All good? Okay, let's take a 2 minutes break. Let's take a 2 minutes break. Okay, let's take a 2 minutes break. All right. So is this question number 1 clear now? Okay, you want to see the workings. Working for case number 2? Okay. See these workings. Check the workings, please. Okay. All right. You all will get the recording of this session as well, and it will be available on YouTube. So I think that you can watch the recording. You can watch the recording. Okay. And obviously, there are certain things that will be clear in the recording. So you can watch the recording. All right. Now, can we move to the next question? Are we all ready to move to the next question? Please quickly, because we have already spent a lot of time over here. Okay, so this is done. This was the first question. Now let's move to question number 2. I don't know till what time I will be taking the class. Let's see. Let's discuss one more question. Let's do it slightly briefly. The first question we did in detail. Obviously, you have to redo it once again as well. Anyways, let's move to the second question. So this is one more question. We will just review the next two questions quickly. I believe I will invest less time now because we have already invested a lot of time in the first question. Okay. All right. Let's start. Are you all ready? This is the second question. Okay. This second question is Propolis and Edicten Company. These are two listed publishing companies. The main focus of both companies is publishing magazines. Although they have also published a limited number of books linked to the magazines, Propolis Company publishes property and lifestyle magazines. Edicten Company publishes magazines covering professional sports. Both companies publish a combination of magazines which have been established in recent years and some of which have been published for much longer. Propolis Company has an in-house team of staff writers and editors who are responsible for content. Most are young and tend to stay for a limited time before moving on to the publishing jobs. Editing Company has a team of in-house writers and editors for each magazine who are specialists in the sports which their magazines cover and who in some cases have worked for the magazine for many years. Currently successful sports stars also write for editing companies magazines. Editing companies board has given the managerial and writing team of the most successful magazines considerable autonomy in determining the content and development of their magazines. Both companies have an online presence in addition to publishing paper copies of their magazines. Electronic subscribers for both companies can access some content which is only available online. Whereas Propolis company has won awards for its online presence and e-marketing. Editing company's website has been criticizing for looking old-fashioned, with the main appeal to its online offering being the high quality of the writing of the content, which is only available online. Propolis company is planning to make a takeover bid for Edicton company and has contacted Edicton company's board. My screen is visible, correct? My screen is visible to everyone. This is the acquirer. This is the target. Is the screen visible? Quickly confirm. It is visible. Okay, Propolis companies board believes that the acquisition could provide synergies, particularly in the areas of online presence, marketing, and cross-selling, and also savings in staff, administration, and paper costs. So all this information is actually introduction of both companies. I've quickly read it because I want to save time as well. There might be theoretical aspects which you have to write from this area. Let's go to the numerical area first. The current market value of Propolis company's equity is 620 million and of Editor company's equity is 340 million. Okay. So this is pre-acquisition. This is pre-acquisition. We are given with the pre-acquisition values of both the companies. Correct? These both are pre-acquisition values of both the companies. Editor Company's board has indicated that its shareholders will expect a premium of 20% above its current equity value. Now, what is premium? What is premium? Premium is something that is charged extra above the current value. Premium is something that the companies demand above their current value because they feel that their worth is more, or probably you will get a synergistic benefit. So they want to take some advantage. Correct? Is this clear? Okay. After that, it's saying Propylene's company's board feels that its shareholders will also expect a gain of at least 20% of the current equity value of their shares from the acquisition. Now, the board of the acquirer feels that its shareholders will also expect a gain of at least 20% of the current equity value of their shares from the acquisition. Propylene's company wishes to estimate the equity value of this acquisition with the free cash flows to firm. Free cash flows to firm. What is the key word over here? What is the key word over here? Anyone, what is the key word over here? Can anyone tell me what is the key word over here? Firm. Why? If they say free cash flows to firm, what will we use? If they say free cash flows to firm, we will use WACC, weighted average cost of capital, to discount cash flows. And if we use WACC, what will we get? We get value of entire company. Correct? Using the following information, expected sales revenue in the first year when the companies are combined of 720 million. The sum of the sales revenue of the two companies for the most recent financial years and an expected sales growth rate in each of years 2 to 4 of 8%. Now this is important. Why? Generally when you do a past paper question, they don't give you first year post acquisition revenue. Have you noticed? Generally what they do? Generally they give you the current sales revenue or the year number 0 sales revenue. Generally they say that today's sales revenue is XYZ. After acquisition, it will increase by XYZ%. Are you able to understand it? If I am acquiring a company today, I am eligible, I am entitled to any future revenues and incomes. I am not entitled to today's revenue. Now, generally, when you see a question, you are given today's values, which you adjust and get year 1, year 2, year 3 value. You ignore this value, in valuation, and you discount the future values. But in this question, what they are saying? In this question, they are saying expected sales revenue in the first year when the companies are combined of $720 million. Which means that will this revenue belong to me? Yes or no? This revenue will belong to me. Yes or no? Yes, this revenue will belong to me. Generally, this revenue does not belong to me. For example, the question says that the revenue at year 0 is 720, or today's revenue is 720, or the sales revenue that was earned in the most recent year is 720, and after acquisition XYZ changes will take place. That's something different. Over here, they are saying that this revenue will belong to you because this is the expected revenue for year number 1, and then it is going to increase by 8% every year. Expected post-tax operating cash flows in each of years 1 to 4 of 14% of sales revenue. So what will you do? First, you will calculate the sales revenue. And after you have calculated sales revenue, what will you do? You will multiply that sales revenue by 14% to calculate the post-tax operating cash flows. Now they are saying post-tax, which means tax is adjusted. Operating cash flows. Okay. The company requires additional investment in non-current assets of 25 million in year number one and $0.3 for every $1 increase in sales revenue in each of years 2 to 4. After year number four, After year number four, an expected annual growth rate of the company's free cash flows to firm of 4% for the foreseeable future. Assume a cost of capital of 10%. The target debt to equity ratio of the combined company is 1 is to 3. The target debt to equity ratio of the combined company is 1 is to 3. Why is this given? What do we have to do about this? Why is this target debt to equity ratio given? What is the purpose of this target debt to equity ratio? Debt to equity ratio of 1 is to 3 means that if company has 1 rupee of debt, it will have 3 rupees of equity. Or out of every 4 rupee, out of every 4 rupee, 1 will be debt, or 25% of the company is debt and 75% of the company is equity. True? Yes or no? I need participation. Please confirm me. Are you able to understand this thing? Okay. So why is it given? Why do we need debt to equity ratio? My question is, why do we need debt to equity ratio? What is the purpose of debt to equity ratio in this question? What is the purpose of debt to equity ratio in this question? The purpose of debt to equity ratio in this question is that we are using, no, WACC is already given. WACC is already given. We don't need to calculate WACC. The purpose is that we are using free cash flows to firm model. So our answer will reflect capital employed. For example, if our, if our value after discounting comes as 1,000, we will say that 25% or 250 is debt and the remaining 750 is equity. Correct? This is given in order to find the equity value, because if you are using free cash flows to firm model, the value that you will get will be the entire company value. You will get the value of debt and equity. So you will take 25%, which will be debt, and the remaining 75% will be equity. That's why it is given. It's not given to calculate WACC. WACC is already given to you. Why will they give you to calculate WACC? Because WACC is already given. Okay. Estimate the equity value of the combination of Propolis and Edicton company and the benefits which will be gained by Propolis company shareholders from the acquisition. Okay. So we have to calculate the combined equity value and then we have to list down the benefits. Now, you all are aware about general synergistic benefits, but again in this question you have to write down specifically. Part B, discuss the assumptions made in the calculations in A, including whether the expected synergies are likely to be achieved. Now, assumptions. In 70% past papers, you will be asked about assumptions. Mostly in the report question. Okay. 70% of the past papers that you will do, you will find assumptions. You will have to write assumptions. 70% of the time it is tested. So I believe that making this question a model, learn the assumptions. They are same. Okay, you have to slightly adjust it. Generally, they are same. For example, we have assumed that the growth rate of sales revenue will remain constant. We have assumed that the debt to equity ratio will be 1 is to 3. We have assumed that cost of capital will remain 10% for all the years. We have assumed that tax rate will remain same. We have assumed that the post-tax cash flows will be 14% of sales revenue. We have assumed that the investment in non-current assets will be $0.3 for every increase in sales revenue. So these are the assumptions that you need to discuss. This is important. I will want you to learn this. This is a theory that comes very frequently. This is a frequent theory. Are we all together? Am I talking to my laptop or do I have students online? Please confirm me in the chat box. Okay. Then it says explain the actions which Propolis companies board can take to ensure that the companies are integrated successfully and synergies are realized. In the 67 pages booklet, did you go through the handout in which the problems of integration are discussed, different cultures, different working methods, different management style, something like that you can write, and it is for 4 marks only. Okay. And then 5 are professional marks. For professional marks, yesterday I shared a lot of documents. I hope that you all have downloaded those documents as well. Now, let's go to the answer because I don't want to invest a lot of time over here. Now, this is one thing that I want to discuss, which is assumptions. Okay, first I will discuss assumptions before moving to the computational area. The question is not very difficult because they made first question difficult itself. So I believe that this area was easy. Anyways, I want you all to memorize the assumptions. They will come as it is in your paper. Let's see what they are writing. Listen, this is something that you will learn this one. What? It is assumed that the sales growth rate, margins, taxation rate, incremental capital investment can be determined accurately and remain constant. Okay. In this question, we assumed a particular sales revenue growth rate. We assumed a particular tax rate. We assumed a particular capital investment rate. So we are saying that we have assumed these things. In real life, cost of capital will change every year. In real life, sales revenue growth rate will change every year. In real life, tax rate will be different every year. In real life, capital investment amount will be different every year. Correct? Whether Propolis company proposals, particularly for marketing the products, can maintain the sales growth rate of 8% from year 2 to 4 may be doubtful. Okay. So you are writing that there are doubts about sales growth rate being constant. Profit margins may change as integration progresses and may depend on volume of sales. Incremental capital investment may be underestimated due to developments in the technology used in online publishing. Again, if you remember from the data of the question, we assume that the profit margin rate is 14%. Again, this is our assumption. In real life, when an acquirer acquires a target company, initially the profit margin rates will be low because there might be some integration problems. But with the passage of time, things will change. With the passage of time, things will change. Yes or no? Am I able to explain you everything? Is this paragraph clear? Is this paragraph clear? Now you will have to mold it according to the scenario you are dealing with, but general theme will remain same. General theme will remain same. Generally, they ask this assumption area in your report. But you know that since the first question of this past paper was from hedging, the first question from this past paper was from hedging. So they are asking assumptions in this question. Just to be clear here, what are the steps that I should follow when assuming in this question? I did not actually get your question. Everything, every data that was mentioned in the question is assumption based. For example, if I go back to the question, what we have assumed? We have assumed that the cost of capital will be 10% every year. even in year 1, even in year 2, even in year 3, even in year 4. Does this practically happen? Does this practically happen? The LIBOR, the KIBOR, the base rates keep on changing, government policies keep on changing, discount rates keep on changing, inflation rates keep on changing. Likewise, in this question, did we assume that every year sales will grow by same 8%? We assume that every year sales will grow by 8%. We assume that every year sales will grow by 8%. This is our assumption. This is our assumption. So we have to question it, because for simplicity, this is what we have assumed. In real life, this will not be the case. In real life, it will be a different case. In real life, every year it will not increase by 8%. Sometimes it may increase by 9%. Sometimes it may increase by 7%. Okay, likewise over here, growth rate of free cash flows after year 4 is also assumed to be maintained in perpetuity, which may be unrealistic, even though some of the magazines have a long history. Information on long-term market trends is needed to assess this figure. Again, you know that we have assumed that after a certain time, the free cash flows will keep on growing by 4%. Again, we need to question this fact. Okay. So what I am saying is that this assumptions area is a commonly tested theory, and I want you to learn this. Okay. Sometimes I say that read something 2 or 3 times, but over here I will say that very, very properly learn it. Learning it is very important over here. All right, then if I go back to the answer, things are not very difficult. You draft all the cash flows just like in any net present value question. You discount year 1 to 4 values. For year 4 onwards, you apply the perpetuity formula. You calculate the total value. And here you go. Here we have used the debt to equity ratio. What was the debt to equity ratio? Debt to equity ratio was 1:3. 1:3 means that out of every 4 rupee, 3 rupees are equity, which means 75% is equity and 25% is debt. So 75% is equity, and this is the value calculated based on free cash flows to firm model. We take 75%. This is the value of equity. Okay. Till this point, I am not going into great details, but till this point, are things clear? How many of you can easily cope up? How many of you can easily do this area till 1169? Quickly, please confirm me. Okay. If you have sufficient knowledge, if you have done sufficient lectures from the portal, I believe that you will be able to deal this area without any problem. Now, how do we find this energy? We take the post-acquisition value, and we subtract the pre-acquisition value of both companies. These two values were given to you. So this is the amount of synergy. This is the total amount of synergy. Pre-acquisition value of both companies were given to you. Pre-acquisition value of both companies were given to you. Where are these two values? Here. 620, 340. 620, 340. Pre-acquisition value of both companies were already given to you. So what I did, from the total value, we subtracted 620 and 340 to reach 209. This is the total synergy. Premium payable to addicted company shareholders, their current value was 340. They are asking 20% extra, so they want 68 extra. Which means that they will sell their company if they receive 340 plus 68, that is 408. Correct? Premium payable to addicted company shareholder, 20% into 340, that is 68. 68 is the extra amount they need. They want to sell their company, but they are saying that we will sell our company if you pay us 68 extra. Now, if out of the total benefits, I give them 68, extra benefits left with me will be 141, which will be how much percent? 22.7%. 22.7% is what I am getting. Is this clear? Is this clear? Or do you want me to make some small table and do these end workings? How many of you think that it is clear and you can manage it? And how many of you want me to make a small table or some working or do something? But I don't think it is honestly a very easy question. Okay, if I get 5 or 10 messages where students state that they want me to do all the workings, okay, let me explain. Let me make a table. Let me make a table somewhere over here. Okay, let me make a table over here. Okay, all right. Now we have an acquirer, we have target. Correct? We have acquirer and we have target. Pre-acquisition value. Pre-acquisition value. What is the pre-acquisition value of acquirer? 620 and of target is 340. 620, 340. Is this correct? Is this correct? Is this correct? Quickly. Okay, then post-acquisition, post-acquisition, post-acquisition. What is the post-acquisition value? 1169, 1169, 1169, 1169, 1169. Correct? This is the total post acquisition value. Now there are multiple methods to solve this question. This is the total post acquisition value. From this, if I subtract the pre-acquisition values, if I subtract the pre-acquisition values, that is 620 and 340, so I will get the value creation. I will get the value creation or synergy. What will be the value creation or synergy? How much value is created due to this exercise? 209. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Okay. This is the total synergy. This is the total synergy. This is the total synergy that is generated. This is the total synergy that is generated. Total synergy that is generated. Okay. All right. Now one more thing. Target is willing to sell their company, but what condition have they placed? Target is willing to sell their company, but what condition have they placed? Target is willing to sell their company, but they are saying give us 20% extra over our current value. Target is saying that we will sell our company if you pay us 20% premium. Target is saying we will sell our company if you give us 20% premium. If our current value is 340, give us 20% extra over 340 and we will sell our company. So what is 20% of 340? What is 20% of 340? What is 20% of 340? Is it 68? Is it 68? Is it 68? Yes or no? Quickly, quickly, quickly. Is it 68? So this means post acquisition. This means post acquisition. This means post acquisition. Value of the target company shareholder, or in order to purchase target company, what amount will I have to pay? In order to purchase target company, what amount will I have to pay? In order to purchase target company, what will I have to pay? I will have to pay them, 20% extra. The total will be 408. Correct? What is the total post acquisition value? What is the total post acquisition value? What is the total post acquisition value? 1169. What is the total post acquisition value? 1169. What is the total post acquisition value? 1169. Yes or no? Out of this 1169, out of this 1169, if the target holders get 408, if the target shareholders get 408, what will be the residual or remaining for me? 761. Correct? Okay, let me erase this 20% here because the premiums are not same for both. For target, premium is 20%. Okay. First, we calculated premium that is acceptable to target. We calculated the total value. Then from 1169, if I subtract 408, so I get to know that leftover with me will be 761. Leftover with me will be 761. So am I getting any premium? Like, am I getting any advantage due to this exercise? Am I getting any advantage due to this exercise? Yes, I am getting an advantage. How much? How much? How much? How much? How much? 141. Correct? I am getting an advantage of 141, which is what percentage of my original value? 141 divided by 620. What is 141 divided by 620? 141 divided by 620 is around 22.74%. Correct? It is around 22.74%. So basically, due to this exercise, I am getting an advantage or increase in value. This is the increase in value that will come to me. This is the benefit that I will receive. This is the benefit that the target company will receive. And if you add up both the benefits, if I add 141 and 68, what will it match with? If I add up 141 and 68, they will match up with 141 and 68 will match with 209. Correct? Because total value created was 209. Out of which if 68 is going to target, the residual 141 will belong to me. Is this clear? Is this clear? This is one method. This is one approach. This is one approach. ACCA did a different approach. ACCA answer adopted a different approach. That approach is also correct. What they did, they said that total synergy is 209. Out of this, 68 benefit is going to target. So the remaining 141 balancing amount will come to us. They did working on synergies only. I did working on total and reversed back towards synergy. They did a direct working. Both are acceptable, both are okay. Are we clear on this question? Please do confirm me. Okay. Now you can read the theory of this specific question a couple of times and redo this area again. You will feel much more comfortable. There is this question people is kind of like, maybe I solved thousands of questions, so I don't exactly remember. Okay, one important thing in the free cash flows to firm model, we have studied that we reverse back. We have studied that we reverse back. We reverse back interest expense and we reverse back tax savings on interest expense. Do you remember? Do you remember? Why have we not done it over here? Is there a need to do it? No, because the statement says post-tax operating cash flows. So these are operating cash flows. Interest was not subtracted. So why add it back? We are not starting from PAT to PBIT. We are already using the rule of PBIT multiplied by 1 minus tax rate. Okay. I'm just highlighting this because I know after session a couple of students will come to me and ask me why we have not added back interest expense. Why we have not subtracted the tax saving. So in the free cash flows lesson and handouts, there was a shortcut method which is PBIT into 1 minus tax rate. Do revisit it. PBIT actually means operating profit. So this is already your operational value. Okay. It is already before the interest expense thing and everything, so you don't need to reverse. You have to be very careful what you are given. For example, if in the same question PAT was given, there was one method in which we add back the interest expense, we subtract the tax savings. So in that case, yes, you have to. But right now in this question, you were given 14% operating cash flows. Okay. So be very, very vigilant, be very, very careful. Even in free cash flows, there can be different type of scenarios. Over here, 14% was given. You were told that if you apply 14% to sales revenue, you will automatically get post-tax operating cash flows directly. Anyways, so this was your question 3. Now let's move to question number 2 and let's discuss question number 2 as well, but we will keep discussions brief so that I actually want you all to solve this entire question paper once again. It is a very good question paper, December 2022. It tests many topics. So this is probably the third question. Are you all ready? We will spend 20 or 30 minutes on this one. Okay. Yes, Shreya. Okay, are you all ready for this third question? Not investing a lot of time. I know that the session has been very long. Taking a 2 minutes break will mean that we will be wasting 120 seconds. Let's not take a break. Let's just discuss it quickly. Are you all ready? Please confirm. Okay. It says Ton Pen Tao Company is a publishing company currently publishing mathematics and business studies, texts and online study material for schools. The company is considering entering new market in these subject areas. Initially, it will produce material for mathematics degree courses, but then it plans to produce material for other university courses and professional qualifications. Townbank Nam Company's directors feel that the decision to invest being made in phases and the possibility of not pursuing the investment further if sales of the mathematics material are disappointing are significant. However, they are unsure how to incorporate these factors into the investment appraisal. Townbank Tao Company's directors are also uncertain about whether its closest competitors have any plans to enter these new markets or how its competitors will react if Townbank Tao Company is successful in its new market. Tonbent Now Company's board has set a 4-year time horizon for consideration of the investment. So the time horizon is 4 years. You will write year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3 and year 4. Based on its current plans for producing the new material, planned capital expenditure on this investment will be as follows. This is your cash outflow. In addition, total working capital required at the start of each year will be as follows. The amount is total working capital. Total working capital. Do you remember that we take difference? Okay. In addition, total working capital required at the start of each year will be as follows. So at year number 0, your investment will be 3000. But then at year number 1, at year 0, you will invest 3000. At year number 1, what will you invest? At year number 1, what will you invest? 3450 minus 3000, you will invest 450 only. You will invest 450 only. I hope you all remember. At year number 2, what will you invest? 4000 minus 3450, that is 550 only. This is how we do the working capital workings. I hope you all remember this. Then at Y3, what will happen? Y3, what will happen? This is your investment, this is your investment, this is your investment. At Y3, 200 will be released, and at Y4, entire 3800 will be released. Are we all together? Is it clear? Okay. Then it says that forecast pre-tax profits for the investments are stated below. They are stated after the deduction of tax allowable depreciation, which is equal to accounting depreciation. How many of you have given tax paper? How many of you have given tax paper? How many of you have given tax paper? Do you know the difference between tax allowable depreciation and accounting depreciation? Do you know the difference between tax allowable depreciation and accounting depreciation? If you have studied very basic tax, if you have studied very basic tax, you must remember from your taxation paper that if we are given company's profit, we add accounting depreciation, we subtract the tax depreciation and then apply the tax rate. Correct? 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 Yes or no? In AFM, in last 10-15 years, this concept is not tested. But maybe they will test it. Maybe they will give you accounting and tax depreciation, and then you will be supposed to add back accounting depreciation and subtract the tax depreciation. Maybe they can say that you have done basic taxation, so you must be aware of this, that the tax rates are applied on taxable profits. You need to reverse back the accounting depreciation. You need to subtract the tax depreciation. However, till date, they have not tested. Even in this question, they are saying both are equal. So adding one and subtracting the other will not change the taxable income. Are you able to understand what I am saying, or does it look very alien? You are able to understand, correct? So you have to be very careful in your exams. Over here, they have stated that both are equal, but they can say both are not equal and give some details. So you will have to add back the accounting depreciation and subtract the tax depreciation and then apply the tax rate. Anyways, tax allowable depreciation for each of the years. Sorry, could you repeat? Okay, let's say that profit after tax of a company is 100. Let's say accounting depreciation is 20 and its tax depreciation is 10. So we will be paying tax. We will be paying tax on 110. This is taught in your tax paper that you add back accounting depreciation. Tax authorities do not allow accounting depreciation. You subtract tax depreciation. Tax authorities allow tax depreciation, and then you have to pay tax on this amount. Can I get 20 confirmations if you all are listening to me? If you all are alive? Are you all alive? Are you all listening to me? Is my voice clear? You are alive. Okay, thank you. This is clear, correct? This is not tested till date. I am again saying this is not tested till date, but this clause gives us an indication that they can do anything with you. Yes, we apply tax on 110. For example, if tax rate is 10%, you will pay tax of 11 rupees. You will pay tax of 11 rupees. You will pay tax of 11 rupees. Tax authorities calculate depreciation based on their own magical workings. Anyways, pre-tax profit is given. Tax is payable at 20% in the year in which profits are made. Okay. Now, have you all gone through the file in which I discussed the tax losses? Tax losses have two treatments. Sometimes the question says that carry forward, and sometimes the question says that set them off against other profits. I made a Word file. I have already broadcasted to all the students. If you are someone new, WhatsApp me and I will send it to you. Do we have any outsiders, or all the students over here are already enrolled for the course? Do we have anyone who is not enrolled yet? Probably there might be a couple of students maybe who are not aware. Okay, so I have already broadcasted this file, correct? I have already broadcasted this file, correct? I hope that you all have read the two possible treatments. Anyways, if someone is new, My number is plus 9. Oh, sorry. Double 0971 585068 907. 00 971 5850 68907. Okay. It then says Bot Ferry Company is a company which produces mathematical and business study material for university and professional exam courses. Bot Ferry, Bot Ferry Company's debt to equity ratio is 25 is to 75 and its equity beta is 1.6. Tontman Tao Company's debt to equity ratio is 40 is to 60. Why is this information given to us? I hope that by now you all are familiar why this information is given. Why do we have this information? Why do we have this information? To use the proxy company's data, ungear the given equity beta and re-gear it to reflect our own risk. Correct? This information is given so that we can use the ungearing. We convert the proxy company's beta equity into beta asset and then re-gear it using our own debt to equity ratio. Okay. Current risk-free rate is 4.25%. Market risk premium can be assumed to be 5.5%. For the purpose, okay, in this question, this is not market rate, this is risk premium. This is risk premium. This is not market rate, this is risk premium. Which CAPM formula will we use? Risk-free rate plus beta multiplied by, will it be market rate of return minus risk-free rate of return? Will it be market rate of return minus risk-free rate of return? No. It will be directly risk premium. Correct? Because in this question premium is given. Sometimes we are given with the premium and sometimes we are given with the market rate of return. Then it says for the purpose of estimating the cost of capital, it can be assumed that a beta of debt is 0. We always assume that. In CFA, if someone pursues CFA later, which I highly recommend, all ACCA students must go for CFA if they want to go for some good degree, good qualification. CFA is best. Okay. So when you do CFA, you will be taught about debt beta. When you do CFA, you will be taught about debt beta. At this level, debt beta is assumed to be 0. But at CFA level, you will have complex cases in which you will be taught about debt beta. And trust me, CFA is an excellent qualification. I recommend all the ACCA students to go for CFA. It is much better, diversifies, and brings a greater exposure to financial analysis and its market. Anyways, Todman Tao Company's debt consists of a 6% bond. 6% bond. What does the 6% mean? What does the 6% mean? 6% is 6% is known as 6% is known as 6% is known as coupon rate. 6% is known as coupon rate. 6% is known as coupon rate. Coupon rate is used to calculate the interest amount. If I multiply my coupon rate with the nominal or the face value, I get the amount of interest that I have to pay every year. And a premium of 4% on redemption in 4 years time. So redemption is at premium. Nominal value is 100. Every year you will give 6 of interest. In the last year, 6 interest plus 104 for redemption, that is 110. The coupon on the bond is payable on an annual basis. The annual spot rate curve for the bond is as follows. Now, in this case, you are given with spot rate curve. How do we calculate market value of a bond? How do we calculate market value of a debt? Market value of a bond? How do we calculate it? Method 1. Method 1. Present value of future cash flows discounted using IRR, method 2, present value of future cash flows discounted using spot rate curve. Okay. Now, some of you might not be familiar with both of these methods because they are still completing step number 7 videos from the lecture. This is very important. Sometimes an entire question comes from this concept. Sometimes there is a 25 marks question based on this concept. You have to calculate the spot rate curve rates yourself as well. These rates are given to you. There is a logic behind this. Sometimes you have to calculate these rates yourself, and then you will find yourself in a difficult position. So do make sure that all the lectures of step number 7 are complete. In those lectures, I have discussed bonds again and again using different techniques. First one is a very common technique, but when the examiner feels that I want to make life of students difficult, he gives you a 25 marks question based on concept number 2. Now over here we are not given IRR, we are given spot yield curve rates. Sometimes they also ask you to calculate the spot yield curve rates, making your life super difficult. Okay, but in that case, obviously, if one question is very difficult based on 100% bonds and detailed bonds, then the other parts are easy. Anyhow, in this question, this is the answer to the question. Simply you draft all the cash flows just like you do. You do the discounting. For discounting, you have to calculate the cost of equity. You use the proxy company, ungear it, calculate its beta asset, regear it to calculate beta equity, use capital asset pricing model, for the valuation of bond, we are not using IRR, 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 we are using spot rate curves. Okay, both are different. There are two methods to calculate the value of bond. It is covered in step 7. And I once again want to highlight, sometimes the examiner will give you a 25 marks question based on bond valuation and curve rates. Don't take it for granted. It may happen in your attempt, it may not happen in your attempt. But if it happens, you will be in a big trouble if you don't complete the lectures from the portal. So do make sure that you have a good grip over both techniques of valuation of bond. Not only the discounting, but sometimes they want you to calculate these rates. This is a very silly, stupid thing, but they do ask you, and that is very difficult. Anyhow, in this question, we use the spot yield curve rates to calculate value of bond. Using value of bond, we calculated the IRR. IRR is your KD as well. IRR is your cost of debt as well. So all this exercise over here was done to calculate KD. Finally, you calculated your discounted, that is 11%, to discount the relevant cash flows and get the NPV. The other area of this question was somehow dependent upon theory of real options. Again, this theory is covered in 67 pages booklet. You have to explain what are real options. Why do we need to account for real options? What is the difference between net present value and real options? Again, read this theory 2 to 3 times and read the 67 pages booklet. You will be able to handle it. If we see the parts, first one was evaluate the financial acceptability, 12 marks. We know that they want us to calculate NPV with the calculation of WACC. So effectively it is WACC plus NPV both. If we go to the second part, it says discuss, which means theory. And we have to discuss why real options and net present value are different. There is a video in the mini concepts tab again about the theory. And then there are bullet points in the 67 pages booklet. And then finally you have to tell us the problems, tell the problems. Now, I believe these 12 marks, if you cover the portal very properly, you will slightly feel difficult in the bond calculation only if you have not covered things. But the first 12 marks are very easy. From these 8 marks, you can score 4 marks easily, and the rest 4 marks, I believe you will score 1 or 2, so 6. And for professional marks, I have given you a document, you can easily get 3 marks. So 18 plus 3 is 21. Why I am saying this? Because the first question that we did from this paper was very tricky. In this paper, there were 3 questions, correct? I believe question 2 and 3 were comparatively easy. The first question was tricky because it had hedging. It was based on hedging, and not only hedging, they tested foreign currency and interest rate hedging both. So they left no margin at all. Okay, now let me read a couple of messages. This was very technical paper. No, except question number 1, I don't think so anything was technical if you have a good knowledge. Yes, question number 1 was tricky because it had two hedgings together in the same question. Hedging alone is difficult, and having two hedging questions together is a big challenge. Okay, yes. All right, so thank you everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the session, and I hope that now you will redo this December 2022 past paper properly once again, noting down the time. Noting the time is very important, because if you note down the time, you will see, will you be able to manage it in 3 hours? We tried our best, but I believe that 3 hours 15 minutes is less. For this type of paper, 3 hours 15 minutes is less. You can see that we hardly took any break. Yes, I invested time in explaining, but on the other hand, we never did any theory in typing. We did not type anything. We were just studying and understanding the things. So in the exams, time is going to be very crucial. You can see that we have spent 3 hours and we have not written the report. We have not written any theory. So time is going to be a big challenge. And in order to improve time, if you struggle in time management, pick this paper, do it once, twice, thrice, watching the video, reading the answer, watching the video, reading the answer, watching the video, reading the answer, and then fourth time, do it in a timed manner and let me know how much time it takes. Doing entire paper will definitely take entire 1 day. You will need to invest 1 day, but for 1 or 2 past papers you have to do this exercise, otherwise in exam hall you will struggle. Time is a big challenge in AFM. Time matters a lot, so please work on your time management. Follow my advice. What is my advice? Do this paper 3 times by reading the question and the answer, keeping calculator in hand. Do the question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. Once you are done 3 times or 4 times with this paper, then do it without watching the video, without watching the answer. Just keep the question paper in front of you. This paper is going to help you in your time management. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that today's session was helpful, and live classes are always helpful. When we teach live, students are on time listening us, and it definitely helps. We will chat on WhatsApp for a lot more tonight. I will be replying everyone. I know there are a lot of chat messages. Anyone who is watching this webinar and is not enrolled, please do text me as well so that I can share some study material with you. Thank you. Take care. Best wishes. Timetable for mock, timetable for some extra live classes, timetable for grand revision and game changer are ready. Connect with the support staff and they are going to share you tomorrow. Today is Sunday, so tomorrow they are going to share you. Message support staff and the program coordinator. Thank you. Stay blessed. Bye.